Have you ever wondered why JavaScript sometimes keeps lines of code or why your API request doesn't return instantly? That's async programming, and today we are going to master it in just a few minutes. Let's go. Why do we even need async? JavaScript is single-threaded. That means it runs one thing at a time. But what happens when you pass data from a server? You don't want your app freezing, right? That's where async programming comes in. Async programming include promises and async await. So now let's discuss one by one. Promises. A promise in JavaScript represents a value that may be available now or in the future or never. It is used to handle asynchronous operation. Now let's take a look at promises. Before that, open your code editor. I am using VS Code, so I open it. Open a new file or open a new folder. This is HTML boilerplate code, and I am linking JavaScript here. Here I have one HTML file and one JavaScript file, and JavaScript file is empty. Promise example: const my promise equal to new promise resolve reject set timeout. Let success equal true if success resolve promises resolved successfully. Else reject promise rejected. This promise is resolved after 2 seconds. That's why here here 2000. Now we have to handle the promise. So now we have to handle the promise. My promises dot then my promises dot then result. Here we take a variable called result and print the variable console.log result. It is run when promise is resolved, and also one case when promise is rejected. And here we take a variable error and also print it. Open your index file in Chrome browser. Hmm. Inspect the web page console tab, and we can see the promise is resolved, and that's why it is print promises resolved successfully. If we refresh the page after 2 seconds, we can see the output, and it is promises resolved successfully. If we change the variable success to false, we can then the output will be the promise rejected. To verify the output, refresh the page, and after 2 seconds, we can see the output, and it is promise rejected. Async await. Async and await simplify working with promise. Now let's take a look at async and await example. Function fetch data, return new promise resolve set timeout, resolve, resolve, resolve data receipt, and this code is executed after 2 seconds. To get the data, use another function using async and await. So create async function, async function get data console dot log fetching data const result equal to fetch data, call the promise function and print the result. Now we have to call the getData function. To see the output, go to the Chrome browser and refresh the page, and it is passing data on promise is returned and it is fulfilled, and promised result is data received. Promise state is fulfilled and promise status is data received. To handle the error, we can upgrade the code, and we can update the code using try and crash. So try, we can put the code in the error box and catch error and print the error console dot log error. Now it is more safer code and we get the same output, but in here if any error occurs we can handle it in try catch block. When to use promises versus async await. Use promises when handling multiple asynchronous tasks that can run in parallel. Use async await for better readability and cleaner code when handling with sequential async tasks.